Hi. What's your name?
Riley.
Riley? Hi, Riley. How old are you?
9 years old.
9? Wow. You going to be 10 soon?
Yeah.
When?
August 9th.
August 9th. Oh, wow. Do you have a party planned?
Yeah. On August 9th.
Yeah? What about before August 9th? Is there anything happening that's going to be really fun for you to do before August 9th?
Going to Cincinnati.
You're going to Cincinnati. Why are you going to Cincinnati?
I got diagnosed with muscular dystrophy.
Muscular dystrophy? When you were 5? Do you know what muscular dystrophy is?
It's a muscle disease.
A muscle disease? And do you have a certain type of muscular dystrophy? Is there a name for the one you have? Is there a name for the one that you have? Duchenne?
I guess.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. So when you go to Cincinnati, what do you do?
We have to get blood work and have to do exercises and all of that.
Blood work and exercises. Do you do anything else?
Going to the cafeteria. That's really it.
Go into the cafeteria. Do you do anything fun when you're out there?
I'm playing in a Ronald McDonald house.
Yeah? Nothing else? Didn't you get to go see a Cincinnati Reds game? Been to the zoo? Yeah? Oh, okay. So, where do you want to go again? I don't know. That's something you'll have to think about.
Remember the museum we've been to? The biggest museum there?
Yes.
I want to go back to that.
Okay, all right. Well, you got a trip coming up. So when you see your doctor, what kind of things does she do?
She exercises me.
Mhm.
And like uses this like tool
Uh-huh.
on my knees.
Uh-huh.
And on my arms.
Mhm.
That's really it.
Okay. And do you have to like walk upstairs or do any running or?
I have to run.
You have to run?
I just don't have to go upstairs.
You don't? Oh, that's pretty cool. You like your doctor?
Yeah, my doctor's pretty good.
Is she pretty good? Well, that's good. So, what about around the house? Are things going okay? Do you have any difficulties?
Going up the stairs and that's what we get.
Going up the stairs? So stairs are really hard?
And when and sometimes I get this like sharp pain in my back.
Uh-huh.
And every time my leg hurts, it starts to do this automatically.
Does what? Oh.
It does it automatically.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't like it.
Does your legs hurt a lot? No?
Not really. It's just when I'm standing about for 25 to 15 minutes.
Oh, okay. So standing for a long time is hard, huh?
Mm-hmm.
What about taking long walks? So is that hard?
No, not really.
Do you take long walks?
Not really.
So when mommy has to take a long walk, do you use a stroller or a wagon? Bicycle?
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay. All right. So, let's see here. So when you're walking up the stairs and stuff, how do your legs feel?
I start running out of breath.
You start going out of breath. Your legs are okay. But you start losing your breath? Oh. So you have to stop and wait and pause and kind of catch your breath?
It's usually when I get up to the very, very top of the stairs.
To the very, very top of the stairs. Okay. What's some of the hardest things for you to do every day, like at school or something?
Getting a bowl.
Getting what?
A bowl.
A ball?
Bowl.
Bowl? Oh, okay. Why is it hard to get the bowl?
Because I have to use a chair.
Oh, you have to use a chair, which means climbing. And that's hard. Right, okay. Do you have lots of friends? Huh?
And sometimes they're lower, so I can get them.
Oh, well, that's good. So it's easier when they're lower. So, do you are you able to get a cup at home or bowl at home? And do you have any difficulty with that?
Hmm?
Do you have a hard time getting a bowl at home? You have to get the chair?
Sometimes.
Sometimes? Okay. So I heard you did really, really good in school this year. And you had a great year?
Mm-hmm.
What about friends? Do you have a lot of friends at school? Did you have friends at your last school? A lot? Do you think making friends is hard?
No, not really.
Not really? Well, that's good. That's really good. So, you know about the MDA, right?
Mm-hmm.
What can you tell me about the MDA?
They help me out.
They help you? How do they help you?
I don't really know much.
Don't really know much? Well, what do you know about with the MDA? What's your favorite thing about the MDA?
If they help me out.
That they help you out? What about camp? Have you gone to camp?
Yeah.
Do you like camp? Do you like going to camp?
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing about camp?
Arts and crafts.
Arts and crafts? Yeah, I heard you get to do that with like Lowe's and Home Depot and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So you're always building things.
Yep.
And so what kind of changes have you had to make since you got diagnosed with muscular dystrophy?
Needing help going upstairs.
Needing help going upstairs? What types of other changes? Like, did you have to change your diet?
Yeah.
What kind of things did you have to change with that?
Not very, a lot.
A lot?
Not getting that much cheese anymore.
Mm-hmm. What else?
Eating sweets a lot.
Eating sweets. So you have to watch your sugar and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what else you have to watch?
My sodium, I don't have to watch my protein though.
Yeah. Mommy does that, huh? Yeah. Okay. Do you do anything every day to for your muscular dystrophy to help you? Like you exercise. That's good. What kind of exercises? Stretching?
Mm-hmm.
Are you allowed to exercise in other ways, like say
My arms.
your arms? You do your arms, yeah. But can you say I go to the gym and I run a treadmill? Are you supposed to do that, or can you do that, or should you do that? No, you shouldn't do that. Too much running. Well, I heard that swimming is the best exercise for you. Is that right?
Especially in a hot tub.
In a hot tub? What's so great about the hot tubs?
They loosen up your legs.
Oh, so they loosen the muscles and stuff, huh? So your legs are tight? Can you show me? Do you mind?
Right here.
Yeah. Do you mind standing up and showing me?
Right here and right here.
Okay. Are they tight now?
Not that much.
Not that much, okay.
Tight.
But are they always tight? No? Okay. So, you had a Make-A-Wish? What did you do for your Make-A-Wish?
Going to a Jason Aldean concert.
Jason Aldean concert. Wow. Was that fun? And I heard you learned to swim that year?
Underwater.
Underwater? Awesome. Wow. So, if there was one thing that you could tell everybody in the world about muscular dystrophy, what would it be?
It would be helping out.
Helping out? So you just want everybody to help out, huh? Find a cure, right? Help out. Okay. You want everyone to help out. That's good. I agree. I think everyone should help out. Do you think that the poker run that's coming up, the Halos Ride for Life, do you think that's going to help out? Are you excited about that? What's so exciting about that? What are you going to do on that day?
Ride the bike.
Ride the bike. Who are you riding with?
Paige and David.
Paige and David. Whose bike do you ride with? Whose bike do you ride on? Do you remember your buddy? Billy?
Yeah, no, I do.
Yeah. So sometimes it's hard to remember things too, huh? Yeah. Okay. So you're going to ride the bike. What else is going to be exciting about that? How else is that going to help out? How is that going to help?
Supporting me.
Supporting you. Okay. Good answer. Huh. Well, anything else you want to talk about?
No.
Would you like to maybe say to everyone that's coming to the poker run, thank you for supporting or anything?
Thank you for supporting me.
Hello? Hi. What's your name?
Ashely.
Ashely. Ashely, who are you to Riley?
I'm his mother.
His mother. Riley told us that he was diagnosed with Duchenne Muscular Dystrophy at the age of 5. Did you know what it was when he was diagnosed?
No.
Had you ever heard of it?
Not really. They're on the TV once a year. You hear about the walks and stuff, but nobody really paid attention. You don't know what it is till it affects your family.
Right.
Nobody knows.
Okay. Huh. What led up to the diagnosis? Were you did you see something wrong, or did you think something?
He walked different. He had a hard time getting up. He talked later in life. I just seen all kinds of things that were different than most kids around him.
And his doctor didn't notice these things, or?
His doctor kept telling me he would grow out of them. And when he was 5 years old, I decided I needed a second opinion.
Okay.
And that's when I took him to a different doctor and spent about 2 hours with him, and told me that Riley had cerebral palsy or Duchenne Muscular Dystrophy.
And then what happened?
I came home and Googled what both of them were, and I knew in my own heart I didn't need to read anything else, that he didn't have cerebral palsy, that he had Duchenne, and that he didn't have Becker's, or I knew which one.
Was there testing or something that was done?
Later on.
What kind of test?
A blood test.
What do you know what the blood test is?
It's a CPKU. I'm pretty sure.
A CK?
Yeah.
Creatine kinase, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And what does that show?
His, I'm trying to think. It's levels. It's like his, God, why can I not think of it right now?
Well, if you can't think of it, that's fine, but what was wrong with the
I
levels?
was reading about it last night, too. They were higher than they were supposed to be.
And that's indicative of a muscle disease or something?
Mm-hmm.
And then what happened after that?
We got the diagnosis that he had it at the end of October, after they drew his blood and checked everything.
You got the actual diagnosis from that test, from the CK?
No, they did another blood test.
And what was that one?
I'm not quite sure.
But it...
And they sent that one off. It took 3 weeks to get the results back.
And that confirmed it?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So when you were learning about Duchenne, when you said you mentioned earlier you Googled it, what kinds of things did you learn? And what was the scariest thing that you learned?
This is liver enzymes. That's what the test that showed, the first test.
Liver enzymes, okay.
Yeah, they were high. I just saw them.
Okay.
I noticed that Riley had something they called Gower sign, where he would pick himself up off the ground and crawl up his legs to stand. And he used his head a lot of the time, too, to get to the position to crawl up his legs. And then I also learned that the boys that have this lose arm mobility somewhere between their early teens, late, children years. And then they don't usually live past 25. I learned it was a waiting game. Just another waiting game.
A matter of time. What do you mean another waiting game? You had a similar experience, or?
I lost my first son when he was 6 weeks old. Due to heart problems, not because of muscular dystrophy.
Now, with muscular dystrophy, though, it being a muscle disease, does that affect his heart, Riley's heart, or could it affect his heart?
Eventually, it could.
It could.
It takes time, though. It's not an instant thing.
Okay, now, earlier you said you're a carrier. Now, could it affect your heart as a carrier?
It could affect my heart and also my lungs.
So is there anything that you have to do for yourself?
Once a year, I'm supposed to have echoes done on my heart so they can make sure that
there's no damage.
Yeah,
okay.
Everything's good.
Is that something that Riley gets as well?
Yes.
What kind of tests when he goes to the doctors in Cincinnati? Because he's really excited about that. What kind of things does he do when he gets there?
He has an EKG, an echo. We're just now about to start seeing respiratory. He sees an eye doctor to see if he's getting cataracts or glaucoma or anything, if anything's going on with his eyes. Baby's crying.
Oh, okay, go ahead. All right, now we got a little visitor. Who are you?
I'm Riley's little sister.
Riley's little sister. So we were talking about things that he does with the doctors in Cincinnati. Mm-hmm. What other types of doctors or things does he do?
We see his main Duchenne doctor, Dr. Rabowski. We see a nutritionist, a physical therapist. He has a DEXA scan done, which checks his bones, his spine, and stuff to see how they're doing. Are they growing? How much have they grown? Are they changing? Because they can see his spine and everything. Is it curving? Is his disc getting closer together?
Scoliosis.
Mm-hmm. Stuff like that.
Okay. Now, you talk about changes to his bone, and then also possible cataracts and things. Is this a side effect of Duchenne or a side effect of something else?
From the medicine that they put your children on.
What do you put on?
You're put on a steroid.
Okay, and what does the steroid do?
And the steroid, most steroids would bulk you up and make you muscular and stuff if you worked out. But Riley's not allowed to do that. So when you take a steroid, if you aren't doing that kind of stuff, then it stunts your growth to where you won't grow taller. It could cause you to get problems in your eyes.
Like the cataracts?
Yeah.
Osteoporosis?
Mm-hmm.
To the bones?
It can do all kinds of things. Weight gain, because you can't work out to lose the weight. So it can make your child even more hungry. They think they're hungry all the time, but they're really not.
Mm-hmm. So is there any other medication that he takes?
He's on multivitamins every day,
mm-hmm.
and then he's on vitamin D3.
Why vitamin D3?
To help with calcium and stuff, because it takes away calcium out of your body.
Was his vitamin D3 low?
No,
Oh, okay.
it never has been. It's just precautionary to make sure it doesn't get low.
Okay. All right. So as Riley's mom, you know a lot about Duchenne. What are some of the changes that you've had to make at home for Riley
Our
over
whole life.
your whole life? Everything, like
Everything's changed. Long walks, we can't do that anymore. Going hiking, that's not going to happen because Riley can't go hiking. What we eat, what we drink.
what you eat and drink. Why? Why is that so important?
Because with being on the steroids.
So you had to make all kinds of changes. You talked about everything from food to all that, and the importance of it.
Without working out, everything that Riley eats, drinks, everything affects him. So you have to watch his sugar intake, his sodium intake, his calorie intake, how much water is he drinking a day. You have to keep an eye on everything that he has throughout the day.
24-hour day job then.
All the time. You have to, and then you have to watch to see if your child's sneaking, because they feel like they're being left out. So there's been many times I've caught Riley behind the chair eating a cookie or something.
All right, so he's cheating sometimes. Well, that's not too bad. What about other things for his daily care? What do you have to do, or is there anything that you have to do?
We have to do stretches at night.
Stretches.
We have to stretch his legs, his hands, his arms, his hamstrings, his feet. You have to stretch every part of their body. You're stretching muscles that most people don't even realize they have, to make sure that they keep the mobility longer. Because if you don't do the stretches, then their body starts to kind of... Our feet all will come back real far. Riley's feet won't, because his body is slowly pushing against it from walking on his tiptoes and stuff like that. So without the stretches, he could be in a wheelchair faster.
So he walks on his tiptoes. Why? Do you know? Or
It makes it easier, less pain.
less pain?
That's what he said.
Is that common with Duchenne?
Yes.
Okay.
Most boys do it.
All right. I heard that you've become...
Rude.
This is... Who are you? Hey, little man. What's your name?
Corey,
Who are you to Riley?
his brother,
His brother? Ah. Are you a big brother or little brother?
little brother.
Little brother? You love your brother? Yeah? You have anything you want to say about Riley? No? Alright. Okay, we'll go back to Mama. I heard that you're the Rachel Ray of Duchenne cooking. And I guess the importance of that would be...
To watch everything Riley eats.
So,
And
what are some things that you have learned to do over the years to watch his sodium and sugar and things like that?
just watch what I buy at the store, pretty much. But it's become such a routine that I know when I walk in exactly where I'm going, what I'm grabbing.
So you have to read labels and...
I don't read labels really anymore. Unless I'm going to buy something new, then I'll read a label. But no, I don't have to, because I know what I'm in there for. I know what I'm buying. But you want to buy things like frozen foods are some of the best to get. Frozen vegetables are some of the best, not frozen foods, to get for their diet. Because there's no sodium. When you can something, you're using salt to can it to keep it. And he can't have all that sodium or that salt.
Can I play the Xbox?
Yes.
Yes!
And then you have to watch what meats you buy, how lean they are, how much fat's in them. You have to make sure you're not getting a lot of processed foods like hot dogs or banquet dinners or whatever. You have to watch what cereal you buy. Fruit Loops, not a really healthy choice for your child, especially if you're trying to keep your child longer. So we have a lot of Chex Mix or Cheerios or Kix, stuff like that, gluten-free foods. Honestly, I have 9 boxes of gluten-free cereal right at the moment.
Well, that's really good. You learned that from his doctor?
Yes.
She talked to you about the importance of the diet and stuff with steroids and.
His nutritionist told me most of it, but she told me how there was an importance and that I would meet a nutritionist who would show me what he should be eating, what he shouldn't be eating. They give you a list. The list doesn't have everything. The list goes on and on. There could be a book about the stuff that he can't have. Watermelon, bananas. If he has a ripe banana, half of the banana. If you want him to have a whole banana, buy green bananas, because green bananas are the best for them, even though they're yucky. They're not good. Soy milks, if your child doesn't like soy milk, then you get 1% milk because of the fat that's contained inside the milk. Most parents and most people don't think of this, especially if they're not told.
Right. So, what about support groups? Do you have a support system in place? Do you get a lot of help with Riley's care, or?
It's hard to reach out, not for all family, but for me, because I'm kind of stubborn, and I'm a lot like you. I feel like I'm Miss Independent, and I can do it myself, and I don't need help. But when it comes to support, my family supports me. And some of the Duchenne parents, the ones that I have reached out to, mostly the ones that reached out to me, I didn't reach out to them. It's like they knew that I needed them regardless of what I was doing.
Yeah, you had a difficult time in the beginning reaching out to anyone.
Yeah, I didn't talk to
especially
anybody
in the
about
Duchenne community.
I didn't talk to anybody about it.
Yeah.
If you want this video to be honest and truthful,
which we do,
I started drinking to get rid of the pain. I didn't reach out to people, and Riley would go to his grandmother's every weekend. His brother would go to his dad's every weekend, and the weekends were spent drinking my sorrows away. That was the one time that I didn't have to pretend or act like everything was okay, and I didn't even have to think about it because I was drunk. Why? You don't think about anything when you're drunk.
Mm-hmm.
But 3 years ago, I woke up and I realized that I couldn't do that anymore. Almost 4 years ago now. That Riley needed me to be a good mom, not a bad mom, and that's what bad moms do.
No.
Not completely, because I didn't drink around him, but running away from our problems. He needed me to face what he had to face regardless.
Right.
There was nothing we could do to change it.
Mm-hmm. Well, so has your family adapted to like Riley's diet needs, or do you guys still, I mean, with the children or something, like his brother, does his brother eat the same things that he does?
Yep. We don't pick favorites in this house. Everybody has to eat what Riley eats. There are a few exceptions. We do have some like sweet cereal. We might have some popsicles put away just for a rainy day or every once in a while. And it's hard for stepdad to accommodate to the diet. So most of the junk that's hidden away that nobody can find is hidden in the cabinets and stuff. But other than that, I've adapted. I prefer to drink the 1% milk now than the vitamin D because the vitamin D just feels really thick and
full,
yucky in my mouth.
Okay. He wears night splints, and why is that?
From the tiptoeing all day long, causing his feet to stay like he's on a tiptoe. Like when he lays down, it's like he's still tiptoeing.
Okay.
They're contractures, and the night splints are to help fix that. Excuse me, young sir. Go over there and sit and wait till we're done.
So from night splints, dietary changes, long walks, exercise, things like that has all changed. Has there been any other huge changes in the last 5, almost 6 years?
The biggest thing that we've done so far is when Riley had to get casted.
What do you mean casted?
They straightened his feet up flat and they put cast on him. He had to wear one for a week. We go back, they cut it off, straighten his feet up a little bit more, cast him again. We went back, they took it off, did it one more more time. They did it 3 times total. He had to wear them for 3 weeks. And they actually, his first cast was done on my birthday. Turned 29. Gosh, I'll be 30. But that's the biggest change, besides the splints and the diet and everything. That was the biggest thing, the hardest thing for Riley to adjust to, because he had to be around other kids like that, and they kept saying, "Oh my God, did you break your legs?" And he'd say no, and it's not really, a cool story when you're saying, "No, I didn't fall and break my leg. They just made me do this."
Right.
So I told him to make up stuff. He got to fight with Shark. Shark broke both his legs or whatever. He fought a ninja, whole pack, or whatever. He wants to.
So obviously, you feel like your friendships have dwindled over the years or something? Because you said, what friends, jokingly, I have friends.
I do have some friends, but I wouldn't say my friendships have dwindled because my son got diagnosed with Duchenne, or that I have 3 children. I wouldn't say it's that. It's just we've all grown apart because they've got children of their own now. We all have our own separate lives, but we're still there when we need each other. If I really need them, I call them anytime. If they really need me, I'm just a phone call away as well. It has nothing to do with muscular dystrophy. Now, I'm sure some families have suffered that. People drawing away or pulling away because they don't want to see you go through this, or they can't handle it. That's everybody's biggest thing. I can't handle it. Well, imagine what the families are going through. Just walk one day in our shoes and see what you can handle. Because we have to live it, breathe it every day. Nobody knows what it's like to be, a mother to a child of Duchenne and go in their room to wake them up in the morning for school, and you just stand there and wait to see, are they still breathing? And then you get this shock of terror if you don't see them breathing, so you run into their room and grab them and scare the daylights out of them, and they're like, "What? I'm awake. What'd I do?" I mean, people just, they don't get it because they can't handle it.
So that's huge, huge fear for you.
I deal with it every day.
Every day.
Sometimes in the middle of the night, I wake up to walk in their room just to check on it.
And walking away is not a luxury that you have like other people.
Wouldn't want to, but I had that luxury.
Right. So, if you could tell everybody one thing about Duchenne, what would it be?
It'll change your life.
Change your life. Well, Ashley, thank you, and thank Riley for letting me, do this interview with you guys and kind of learn what you go through, what Riley goes through on a regular daily basis, and sharing with everyone that's coming out to the Halos Ride for Life. We hope to help you and many other families touch the hearts of our communities and gain more support. Thank you.
It's gonna be awesome. You're welcome.